All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? We're live. We're live. Happy Saturday, February 1st, new month. About to get started here for the day. Hope everyone's doing well. Got the couch. I don't know if you can see. Couch game. Just brought the couch. Sir, we're on the way with your couch. We'll be there in 8 minutes. I'm like, oh damn, that's great. It's in boxes, so there it is. I showed you it in the box version. It's still in the box. I got the old couch behind me, which is sick of that one. I got a little couch here. Gotta get rid of that couch now. Where's everybody tuning in from? I'm in Toronto right now. It's actually a decent day out. Got pretty cold though. It looks nice, but it's freezing. Type in where you guys are tuning in from in the chat. I'd like to see where everybody's plugging in from. Type in the chat. I'm out here in the cold of Canada. Cold. Yeah, we got Toronto. Yeah, type in the chat. Would love to see where you guys are tuning in from. We're gonna go over some keys today. We're gonna go over some keys here today on the stream. So get your notebooks ready. We're gonna go over Scalping 101. It's a bonus session here, Saturday, February 1st. We got people tuning in the live. Type in where you're tuning in from. We're live right now. We got people tuning in all over the world, as you can see. I'm here, cold, Toronto. Would like to see. Let's get into it. Let's turn the charts on. We're not going to go over any analysis this session. We're just going to go over some training for the weekend here. Going to go over some Scalping Gold 101 here. That's what this topic is for today. So we're just going to get straight to the point for this session. Any questions, we'll do it at the last 15-20 minutes. So save your questions for the end. If you have any questions, I might not see them in the beginning while I'm going over this information. So we'll be on for an hour here. Last 20 minutes, we'll do some questions. So we're going to talk about scalping gold. Scalping is a style in the market where you can execute trades at a quicker pace. You can enter and exit trades at a quicker pace. That could honestly be ranging from seconds to even minutes and even longer. Scalping is a quicker style where we could take more of a quantity of trades in a day. We could take maybe 2 or 3 different positions in a day, different entries, and have a risk in those different trades. If you join my Discord, you'll notice I put a blueprint in the Discord, and it says XAU Scalping and Day Trading Blueprint using $5 and $10 levels. So if we want to get familiar with gold, you got to really study its price. And that's one thing we use as a trader. That's one thing traders have always used for decades is price. Obviously, there's all these technical indicators and different tools you can use. But trading, since it's existed, price has been a key indicator as well. Especially on certain assets or commodities and markets. There's a psychological barrier to these whole numbers that we call them. So when it comes to gold and scalping and day trading, We like to focus primarily on $5 and $10 levels. These are common levels to look at when it comes to scalping gold. And if you really want to master gold in the year of 2025, these are some things you want to focus on. So whole numbers, that's the term. Whole numbers in Forex. You might not know what that is. Whole numbers is a term, it's a concept in the market. And people like to often refer to it as psychological numbers. I'm going to pull something up. If you go on my Discord, you have access to this. You can read it. Let's see what Google got here for us. See if I can find it. Here's one. Let's pull this up. Might have to get it bigger here. There we go. So I know this says stock trading, but when we talk about whole numbers, psychological levels, they're price levels, which often represent key levels. And again, they're indicated by round numbers. They often serve as a support and resistance for price. So with gold, this is one of the things that we focus on. It's not everything. It's really not everything, because you want to be good at identifying trends or market structure, time of the day, candlestick patterns. But this is a really key, let's say, ingredient inside of that recipe. Let's say when you're building up your trading style and your trading characteristic, it could be maybe like building up a cake, and there might be different ingredients that go into that. This is one of them that we focus on when it comes to gold. You can use this concept in this, let's say, theory with whole numbers really on anything. You can use it with indices. You can use it with cryptocurrencies. You can use it with Forex pairs. Just to save time today and just get right to one point, we'll just focus on this with gold today. All right, that's what the session was about. This gives you an idea of what whole numbers are. They're rounded numbers by the zeros, or the 25s, 50s, and 75s. That's one. Zeros often act like a support or resistance. So the market is made from, let's say this, the market is made from people who are impatient, right? Impatient traders. These are levels we like to wait for. We like to wait for the market to get to these levels and see how it reacts, right? Price tends to react at these price levels. And the more you stay on the charts and you observe it, you see it. You start to see it. You start to see those reactions, and maybe you get accustomed to it, right? You get maybe a little bit of an eye to it. So when it comes to gold, this is one of the things we focus on. The zeros, the rounded numbers, or even 25s, or even 50s, or even 75s. But when it comes to scalping and day trading gold, it can be a little bit different, which is this blueprint that I want to go over. Gold is high volatile. Consider what gold is. Remember what it is. It's the biggest asset in the world in terms of market cap, right? Let's go to infinite. This one's better. Right? So throughout different periods of the day, gold can have volatility. It can have volume coming. Gold can experience volume. It's not just like a currency pair that you may see have more volume in London session, like a GBP pair. On average, GBP pairs will move a lot in the London session, right? When it comes down to gold, it's different. It's more diversified. I would say there's a lot of flexibility to gold. I talk about in one of my videos on my YouTube, best time to day trade. Best time to day trade. Stop wasting your time. You can see I posted it a month ago on my YouTube. If you're new to the channel, best time to day trade. Check that out. You might hear me reference some things from that video in here in this lesson, but gold is different. We got to remember what it is. We got to remember there's these different sessions, like London session, Tokyo session, New York session, right? That impact currency pairs with more volume. Like Tokyo session is going to impact the Japanese yen pairs. But gold's really versatile. That's the word I wanted to use. It can have volume in New York. It can have volume before New York. It can have volume in Tokyo session. It can have volume before London session, during London session. Has a lot of volume, right? If I'm focusing on a currency pair, I might just be primarily focusing on that currency pair at just one specific time of the day. Maybe Euro USD, it's New York, or maybe London Open. A London Open to New York, Euro USD can move. But if it's gold, you could kind of see it be more all around, and you might find for every trader it can be a little bit different when it comes to gold, okay? Some of you guys might like trading gold more in New York. Some of you guys might understand gold a bit more in London, or you might find it setting up at different times. But I think with gold, it's an all-around type of thing you can look at different times of the day. Especially if you're just looking to get a quick trade. Enter and exit as quick as you get in. Like, it's not about measuring a move by necessarily how many pips it is and how much money you make. It's more about your execution of I got in and I got out of profit and I followed maybe a plan and a strategy. You can get good at doing that. There's months where I win. There's months where I take like 80 trades and win 70 of them, 60 of them, scalping gold like a lot. And then there's months where I don't do as good, right? But with gold, we're going to go over the charts. Because you might have noticed I wrote in here some different times where it can move. So there's some pro tips there, right? Gold tends to make quick reactions, and we're gonna come back to this actually, and we're gonna talk just specifically about the $10 and $5 levels now. All right, what's good? So yeah, if you got any, remember, if you got any questions, just wait till the end too, cause I'll probably miss them throughout the stream here. So what is the $10, $5 level? If we're looking at gold right now, we can mark 27.90. Now, some of you guys already know this, and I'm going to flip it a bit differently for some of you guys that already know this information. I'm going to give some of you guys that kind of already know this the keys here today. For some of you guys that are new, pay attention and practice this and keep tuning into the streams especially. So, let's take off the indicator. We don't need that right now. $10 level would be what I'm marking on the charts right now. So the thing about whole numbers is they're easy to recognize, they're easy to mark because we just mark them with a line, right? So let's think about psychological numbers. They're easy to spot. People naturally focus on them. So they're easy to spot. So if we're marking every $10 on gold, it's going to look something like this. We're going to be marking 2810, 2800, 2790. Now this will get really interesting a little later on when I do this a bit differently. That would be marking every $10. All right, so I could go up on the chart and mark 2820, right? I could go down on the chart. When you're looking at your chart, to maybe start off the day, start off the session, mark up some things, like especially if you're scalping and day trading. Like if you're in the moment and you're looking at gold, it's good to observe these levels. It's good to just keep them even on the chart naturally, like have a chart that you just naturally have every $10 marked. Really simple, right? Now these levels can serve as support and resistance levels. Think of it like that if you're a new trader. Or if you go to the chart and you mark these and you zone them out, you're going to see a lot of wick reactions or candlestick reactions on different time frames as well. Because right now we're on a 4-hour chart. But we'll go to a 5-minute chart and it'll be different. So right now we're on a 4-hour time frame. So we'll analyze these on different time frames and get some ideas, because these can serve as like good barriers to the market. Let's say like ceilings and floors. If you have a ceiling, you have a floor. When I say the word barrier, I mean in terms of supply and demand. If price is able to go through something, that means there's some demand here. So they can serve as kind of like a lower ground barrier for us. Like, okay, price is still above this level. It's still maintaining above this price. So maybe it's not so bearish yet. They can serve as like, yeah, we know the market can come back to these $10 levels and react to them, but the market can stay generally above them as well and maintain them. When you're looking at a 4-hour, you might see some reactions at some prices like 27.40. The 4-hour closes bullish, or 27.50 over here. If we were to look at some of these prices, maybe on like a 15-minute, when they first come to price, there might be some quick reactions. Like if we were to zone some of these out, 2800. You can see 2800, for example. The first time we actually touched it, it made almost a 90 pip move, 100 pip move. But if you look at 2790, for example, this is kind of what I mean. You see the first time it touched 2790? Right here. The market reacted like $3, went back up, broke above, goes to the next level. Next time we come back to 2790, we still hold it. So if I'm coming towards a price, I could maybe expect resistance, especially if maybe a higher high is being made. You can get quick reactions. When it comes to these levels, it's not always looking for an infinite trade, like one that I'm going to hold. We do that on the 4-hour time frame. If you guys follow me on my Discord, you'll notice XAUSD charts. Those are usually the really accurate ones because they're usually on the 4-hour, right? The bigger swings, maybe like the longer arrows, the longer forecasts. If I'm observing these levels, right, day by day, in a moment, in a session, it could be, okay, there's something right now, maybe I get a reaction at this price and it gives me what it gives me, or it doesn't, right? That's the mentality. Because if you're scalping, you're getting it. It's about the entry and execution. Scalping can literally be, with gold, can be seconds. It can be minutes. It can be 15 minutes. It can be 5 minutes. You can enter a trade on gold, and it can quickly go up 20 pips, 30 pips, right? So when it comes down to these levels, you want to keep them on your chart, especially if you're looking for scalping day trading gold. But you got to be aware that as quick as you go up profit, sometimes you could take a quick loss, a small loss, or a small profit, a break even. Because with gold, it's really volatile, and it can give a lot of entries in the day like this that could quickly react in one candle, 15, 30 pips, come back. You could see a nice breakout at 27.90 here, and the price holds 27.90, right? So if we're buying, it's like we're looking for entries maybe around 27.90. If I'm selling, maybe I'm looking for entries around 2800. So I would have had a sell here, right? And it would have worked for that moment, but it wouldn't have gone any more than that, right? I would have had a buy here, and it would have worked for that moment and even more than that, right? And I would have had a sell up here. and it would have worked for that moment, right? When you're observing these levels, that was Thursday. So you can see here, Thursday's down here. That's in New York session. And then in London session, market's at 2,800, and even around 2,800 in Tokyo session. The next entry would have came at 2810, around there. And it might have got stopped out. We would have been looking for maybe next entry here, right? If we're looking at the $10 levels. AI trading. What do you think about AI trading? Like, you got to be good at really coding, scripting something well that understands the market maybe like you do. Because naturally, there's things I can do that I can't. Like, there's things I could do naturally that are hard to do for others in trading. Like, I could be laying in my bed and do something. I could be just like real quick, like natural instinct. So human, we have that natural instinct of just like knowing what's happening. You have to be really good at teaching AI that. If you're looking at every $10, so for instance, here's a play right here. We call it the break and read, right? It's when price breaks above a $10 level, creates, so it's about market structure too. So when price breaks above a $10 level, now that happens here, and you can see it serves as support again. So remember what I was saying about like those barriers, kind of like those floors, where here's 2780, right? The market's above it, and it maintains to stay above it, right? So it'd be best to maybe wait for the next level closer to 2790, 2800. Breaking above those, like you can see what happened at 2790, how price gets above 2790, and then it pulls back to 2790. The same thing happened at 2780, right? $10 apart. If you're measuring the distance of $10, it's technically like 100 points. It's like people measure it as 100 pips. It's technically like most brokers technically label it as 1,000 pips because of like what $1 is to gold. Like $1 is, technically 10 pips, but if you really measure it compared to a currency pair, like how $1 moves on gold versus how 10 pips moves on a currency pair, it's a lot bigger, right? It's faster. $10 levels, you can average a 50 pip stop loss maximum. I'd say 50 pips max. That can be like a good defensive, in case it goes up maybe 20 pips above. That could be more defensive, or even waiting for price to go through the zone and close back above it. Waiting for price, because a lot of traders, so you may take into consideration this. So look what I wrote here. Gold tends to make quick reactions at these smaller whole numbers. They serve as micro support and resistance levels, perfect for short-term trades. Institution and high-frequency traders also place their orders here. So that's key. The last thing I wrote, institution and high-frequency traders also place their orders here. Big players react to them. Banks, institutions, and traders often place their orders near these levels. They influence behavior. So traders use them as entries, exits, and stops. So with all that being said, it can even be good to wait for price to go under or above the level, because there's typically even a lot of orders around these levels, right? So waiting for a key sign of what I like to call, you'll often hear me talk about and say the word evidence. Evidence, right? You can get a sign of evidence by sitting on a chart and watching. You can be like, oh, there's some evidence right now. Buyers are in, sellers are in. It takes time to get to that. That's even something. And now that's the reason why I like to scale in. Maybe I like to look for my entries at these prices. But if the market goes below, I'll still even enter, considering that it can do this, that it doesn't always just sniper reaction. You could maybe go $2 below these levels. Maybe even a bit more, right? $2, $3 even below, before having that move up, that candle that moves, that rejects, that makes the movement. Maybe you're catching one solid candle for 15, 30 minutes, right? This is a 5-minute chart that we're on right now, right? I've marked the 5-minute chart, and I've marked the $10 levels at the 5-minute charts. If you look at 2770, the price breaks above it, and then it keeps trading to 2780. 2780 breaks, retested. So there's a lot of what we call break and retest. Crazy, because we were live for London session buying at 2760. We were buying here, and I was saying on live, we're going to buy between 2760 and 2758. And we were buying between here. A lot of people wrote it up to 2770. A handful of people held it for longer. Look at the price at 2760, for instance. It's the same thing that happened at 2780 and 2790. Type in the chat if you see what I'm talking about. Type in number 1 in the chat if you guys can see what I'm talking about. The same thing happens here. So when price picks its direction, if price has a trend, right? These levels can help us to say, okay, it's still above this level. Let's see if it holds this, right? If you look at 2760, the same setup happened at 2760 that happens later on when price goes up at 80 and 90. So you can see the structure of price gets above 2760. And I'm on a 5-minute chart right now. Right, so I'll at most use 50 pips, which would be way down here. To be honest, that's way down here, right? At the most, that's what I'll do. We can use these levels for entries on gold. At the most, I'll use 50 pips. If I go smaller, I'll consider maybe there's a re-entry. If I go with a smaller pip, maybe if I go 20 pips, I'll consider, okay, possible re-entry to try to catch one more move if I see the setup's still there. Maybe if I use a 20 pip, the setups could still be there if you use a smaller stop loss, but at most 50 pips is what I'll use. So when it comes down to gold, it can, these areas, these prices, I meant to say, can act pretty much like areas. They could serve as areas for price, right? Zones. If I'm going for like a swing trade and I'm going to risk a lot of money, I'll use a way bigger stop loss at times. It depends on how much I'm risking too. But 50 pips is usually a good maximum. Considering if the level doesn't hold, it's going to trade down to the next like $10 level most likely. If it breaks above the level, it's likely it could trade up to the next $10 level. They kind of serve, think of them as support and resistance, but think of support and resistance also like a magnet to price. So the market tends to go, like if you look at 2760, you have the same setup at 2760. Market breaks above, pulls back, trades to 2770. 2770 breaks, unless you were really watching it in that moment, there was no really big retest of 2770. Market goes to 2780, breaks above 2780, retest. So there's the same setup here. 50 pips, max. That trades to 2790 now. So there's the two same setups there at 2760. That would be like a risk reward of 2 to 1 right there. But again, the same setup again happens at 2790. Go with the flow. So that's why it's good. Like these are technically like it's 100 pips apart. Like $10 is, you could measure it as 100 pips apart, right? Someone asked in the chat. But when you're looking at the way the pair moves compared to your gold's not a forex pair, but it's traded in foreign exchange, right? It's a commodity, right? Gold's not a forex pair, but there is a forex pair for gold, XAUSD, right? But gold's also, futures, commodity, asset. So it's priced at $1. You got to take into consideration if you compare how that $1 moves, like that $1, how it's measured compared to how EURUSD moves in 10 pips, right? It's much more volatile. It's faster to get that $1 movement. So we call it break and re. Break and re. You might hear me say that, the break and re. You might be getting a break and re. Might be getting a break and retest on gold, guys. You might hear me say that, right? This would be like going with the flow style. If there's an uptrend in the market and the market's picked its direction, it might sustain for a week. It might sustain for 2 weeks. It might go longer, right? Often we know uptrend goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down, right? It goes up. Often traders look for the previous highs to become a new support in an uptrend. So these levels, the market could be trending up, and these levels can kind of be right here, and we can get that break and re kind of off that level, right? So if you're looking at gold, for instance, here, if we remove the drawings, so to show you guys, I can do this quickly. Let's go 2800 up here, 2790, right? 2760, 2770, 2780, boom, boom, boom. $10. Every $10. Zone. Boom. All right. If you look at, okay, this was in an uptrend, break and retest, price, whole numbers, every $10 apart, right? Well, look at the bottom where price actually reverses from. Remember I was saying we could look at this on a 4-hour, and we could look at these levels on a 4-hour and maybe see some 4-hour reversals happen at them, like 2750, for example. Look what the 4-hour did at 2750. But if I go to a 5-minute and look at 2750 on a 5-minute, it'll be different. Like if I go to 2750 on a 5-minute, look at the 5-minute on 2750. It touches 2750 right here. Right? There's on a 5-minute, which is a smaller time frame chart, you might see in that moment when price first touches, maybe there's scalping or something that holds. Because when we go up, when we keep going up and we look at 2760 on a 5-minute or even a 15-minute, look at 2760, how the price is more holding it and the market keeps going up. 2770 doesn't retest, but 2780. So if we're using these as entries, if we're in the right direction too, it's also being able to kind of pinpoint market structure. if you guys were live with me on, some of you guys were probably there. We were live London session, looking at the market live there. $27.60 break and retest. $27.80. The same setup happens at $27.90. So you get the same setup 3 different times, 3 possible entries. Like if you're looking for entries at these prices, it's like, okay, what are you doing at $27.60? It's not, you can't really sell here, right? Like it's a hard sell. There's no sell there. So there's a buy here, right? $27.70, no sell, it doesn't reject. So maybe stop loss hit. Next setup, $27.80, break and retest, or selling wouldn't have worked there, right? It was obviously a bullish market. But if you're looking at utilizing these as entries, you would have been at the right spot, right? It's about getting that right spot. 2,800, you could see there was a strong sell there. So the buys are obviously in control, right? There's an uptrend here. Now let me flip it on you real quick, because if you want to go to mega scalping, you could put every $10, but start with the 5s. So instead of doing every $10 at the 0s, you start at the 5s. So I'm about to give you guys a key here. Instead of going from 2,800 to 2,790, right? You go 15 to 5, 5 to 5, so you're going to the 5s, right? This is a different view. I think it would take practice kind of drawing them differently. If you're putting every $10, because if you look at the $5, those are also some really key levels. So we can use the $5 even to make what I call zones. I'm teaching a few different ways to do this, but there's a few different ways you can kind of do this to get a different perspective, right? And you might like doing it with the $10, or you might like looking at the $5 levels as well in between, because if you put every $10 on gold, but now you start at the 5s, you're doing it a bit different. You're doing the same thing, but a bit differently, right? So I'm doing the same thing I just did, but instead of putting them at the 0s, $10 apart from each other, I'm going at the 5s. That's a different way to go if you're going to put lines every $10, right, on your chart. The 5s, you could start by marking the 5s, even. So I'm giving you guys a key right now. Because people always, when I post, when you scalp yourself, it's different to be able to scalp for yourself than sending signals. I like to send signals on the 4-hour, right? I like to teach how I scalp, because sometimes scalping is a bit different when you have a lot of experience too, like me. Like it's really natural for me. Like if I go instead of the 0s, the 5s, I can look for I can also use my entries at the 5s. This may be a different angle where you're entering at the $5 instead, around the $5 levels. If a $5 level doesn't work, let me give you a secret. It's going to go to the $10 level and probably react off the $10 level. So I'm about to give you guys a key right now, and I'm going to teach this once on YouTube here today, right? And this is some of the stuff I'm going to be teaching in my inner circle. If you want to be a part of my inner circle that I launch later this year, message me on Instagram or Discord, because I'm going to be going into heavy teaching on this stuff in my inner circle. So my private inner circle later this year, will come with 60 hours of pre-recorded content. I'll give you guys details today. I'm going to message everyone back today after this session if you message me on Discord and Instagram already. But in my inner circle, I'm going to be spending pretty much like 8 hours a day with you guys. All right? Going over this stuff. We're going to record everything, and I'm going to upload videos. You guys see the videos I make on YouTube? I'm going to make videos for the inner circle like that every single day though. So the inner circle is going to get 1 to 2 videos a day as well, uploaded on top of the pre-recorded content. So I'm going to give you guys a lot of I don't want to show you guys and spoil everything because it's a lot. It's a lot of value. But there'll be pre-recorded content. I'll message everyone back today, and over 60 hours of pre-recorded content. And if you guys have seen my YouTube videos, if you gotten any value or good quality from my YouTube videos, the videos are exactly like my YouTube videos. All right. Only for 100 people, maybe 110. I know a lot of people have messaged me, but I made a pact to myself that I'm only gonna take on 100 people, and then later on in the year we can take another 100 or 50 to 100 if more people are interested. But I think 100 is a solid number. But I'll message everyone back today. There's going to be 60 hours of pre-recorded content. You guys are going to get access to some of my tools that I have, indicators. And then I'm going to upload 1 to 2 videos a day, daily for the inner circle. Videos a day. So that's what the inner circle is going to get on top of the 60 hours and the daily sessions and the gold markups. I'm only going to show the inner circle what coins I'm holding, like my portfolio. I don't want to show the world that, to be honest. I'm not comfortable with that personally. Like, people keep asking me, so like inner circle is going to have more access to me. It'll be a private website. Let me see. It'll be no, I'm not going to show you guys the website. No. It's going to be private. Only inner circle will see it. It's not even going to be public. Only inner circle. Only inner circle will see it. Oh no, for sure. I'm going to be doing these YouTube streams for sure. But when I launch the inner circle, I'll be doing a little less YouTube streams just for that month or two when I launch the inner circle later on in the year. But nah, the YouTube streams. Someone told me to go on Kick. I don't know if that. Someone was like, "Yo, you should go on Kick," and I was like, I don't know. YouTube. I like YouTube, both. But no, I'll still be doing these streams like we've been. We've been doing 3 weeks of streams. So yeah, we've been streaming for 3 weeks now. So I'll still be doing what I've been doing. Like, if you've been seeing what I've been doing already, I'll still be doing this. Yeah, every week, every day, all 2025. The inner circle is just for maybe like traders who kind of want to level up their trading game. Like, I would say probably traders already. If you're a new trader, if you're new to the market, like maybe you just started trading, go through all my videos, go through the Discord, hop on the streams, learn. But yeah, you can DM me on Discord. DM me on Discord today. I'll get back to everybody literally after this session. But let's get back into the info, because there's some key stuff. There's a lot of different ways to teach this, and I could spend hours doing it. And I just showed you guys one way, right? Now here's the thing. So look what I just did. You got your $5 levels, right? Right? But I've separated them $10 apart. Okay? That's a different way to do this, where I could still be like, okay, here's $27.95, but I could still be aware of what's in the middle here. The middle, kind of in the middle. I'll show you what I mean by the middle, because my eyes see it naturally. My eyes are really good at kind of just naturally seeing it over time. So like down here, for instance, see, it's perfect, 27.35. See how we break 45 and we go to 35? Next entry. Maybe if I took buys here, 30, 40 pips, L. Next scalping entry. But see in the middle, you kind of see in the middle, right here. What would be in the middle then, right? The 40, the 0. Like see up here. See how you have your 75 and you have your 65? But obviously what's in the middle here, right? So price goes up to 65 and it doesn't hold it, but it goes up to 70 and holds that. So I can use these, I can kind of use these also as zones. Like I could be like, okay, I could use these as kind of like a zone, like at times. If I'm seeing a sell, I can anticipate what if price goes up to the next level. The 5s work really good. $5 levels work really good for reactions that you might miss for scalping day trading. Quick reactions. Quicker scalping day trading entries. Because most people are probably looking at the zeros as well. Which zeros are key. Like if you're going to ask which one's better, it's hard to answer that question. Because if you spend enough time with me, you'll see like they are both key. Like if you spend enough time with this, I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I would say both are very, very key when it comes down to mapping out and drawing these, right? Inner circle, not a lot. It'll be worth, maybe like 10 Solana. No, I'm kidding. two Solana. How's that? two Sol. Two Sol. Two Sol. What's Solana at? 2 Solana one time. 2 Solana. Is that? That's it. Nothing crazy, but it'll be you're gonna get high quality value. Dedicated hours. I'll let you guys know today what it will be. Nothing crazy. Don't worry. It's gonna be super valuable, and I'll still be here, YouTube streaming. Two Sol. Two Sol, alright? That's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Send you guys the Sol. Send you guys the Sol. I'm just playing, but like see even 95 right now, it's like there's someone like there's no better. I get that question all the time. That's probably one of the top 10 questions I get when it comes down to this. Which is better, the $10 or the $5? From my experience, I can't say one is better than the other. They're both really key. They both serve really, really key. Like if you just mark the 5s, you'll even see, like if we look kind of at the New York market, like, all right, 27.95 here, we ran up. Here you have 28.05. See, I'll go to a 5-minute. See, 28.05, for instance, runs up to 28.15. You get a nice rejection candle there, pin bar. I saved this image so I remember. A little reversal play. See, 28.15. So the 10, like if we look at 28.10 here, 28.10 didn't do really anything. See? 28.10 engulfing candle through it, right? So the 5s, when you look at the 5s, you're going to see like they're also very, very key. Even also it came back to the 5. Like if you're looking at 28.05 and you're scalping and looking for that price to hold, you might have had a good entry at some different point, right? $10 move. On the flip side, sells at 28.15 might have really hit big, right? 50 pip max, 50 pip maximum. right? Where did price come from? 27.95 if you're looking at the fives. You can make zones. So one thing I've kind of trained my eyes is to kind of see prices like a zone, like, because I understand 27.90 is down here, right? So at the end of the day, you can mark every $5. You can put 5, 10, 15. You can go 5, 10, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0. You can mark them all. Your eyes might just not get used to having a lot of lines on your chart at first. I would say for a new trader, don't be... So here's some advice, because I've coached a lot of people over the years and got a lot of questions and stuff. So if you're putting, for new people doing this, for instance, like, it might seem like kind of crazy at first putting every $5, like going 5 to the 0, so 5 to 10, back to 5, back to 10, 5. So we got 5, 5, 5. We're going every $5 now. Your eyes might not be so accustomed to having that many lines on your chart at first. If you're not used to having that many lines, it might be like, whoa, I got too much going on here at first. So that's why I recommend a couple things. There's a couple ways, and again, I wanted to get kind of just a 1 point with this lesson, because I'm doing this one lesson on YouTube all March in the inner circle. I'll be teaching about this. There's different ways I like to do this. I like to have one chart, $10, one chart with all the $5 even. So I could show you guys that on another session, but one thing I recommend for you guys that are kind of new, just remember that starting off with a bunch of lines might seem like, whoa, kind of information overload is what I like to call it. .5 Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin, that'd be insane, dog. I'm trying to get you guys to half a Bitcoin. You know, I'm trying to get you guys to get. I wouldn't do that. What the hell? Maybe two, 3 Solana. It might be fair. I'm trying to get you guys to 1 Bitcoin. I'm trying to help you guys to get to 1 Bitcoin. That's the goal. That's my goal. I'm trying to help you guys to get to half a Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, maybe 2, couple Bitcoin in your holdings. Try to help you guys get there. half fair price, 2, 3 Sol maybe, you know. But I'll get back to everyone literally today. Like, Discord's a good place because it's organized. I get a lot of spam on Instagram, the most random DM sometimes. Like, Instagram is kind of some spam, but I'll get back to everybody on Instagram and Discord. Both, don't worry if you message me on Instagram. Discord's just kind of one place. I'll hit everybody back today. And when is it starting? Soon. I'll get you the details. All right. You guys should be fired up though, because 2025, we're going to take everyone's trading to the next level. I got a lot of gold secrets. I got some golden secrets, and I'm giving you guys some keys right now. So that's why I said today, this is a bonus training session. It's recorded. I know some people are at work, so don't worry for you guys that are at work. You can rewatch this. But there are some keys to take away from this, right? Everything on YouTube's recorded, guys, right? So remember that. Some of the live streams are longer though, so you can mark every $5, but you got to be like, understand that's like scalping. That's full scalping. That's like, because you'll see a lot of reactions at the $5. So it might be good to start off with kind of what I was teaching at the beginning if you're new to these concepts, like marking every $10, or even taking the fives and marking $10 difference. I have a lot of neat tips and tricks that you can do with this, right? A lot of different kind of neat, different tips and tricks that you can do with this. I'll put the Discord link in the chat, guys. I forgot at the beginning of the stream. If you notice, all I wrote at the beginning of the stream was keys, is all I gotta say. There's one key I'm giving you guys today, all right? And it's understanding whole numbers. The keys. I'll put the Discord link in the chat real quick for you guys that don't have it. When's the best time to trade? Well, I said at the beginning, there's with gold. So I talked about at the beginning, gold's kind of like really all around. You got Tokyo session, you got London session, and you got New York session, right? So when it comes down to gold, it's more versatile that way, right? And I think I talked about that in the video with best time to trade here that we posted 1 month ago. Best time to trade. And even probably some of the other gold videos that are a little bit older, like Gold 101 Gold, Gold Training Strategy Part 2, Gold Training Strategy Part 1. A lot of these videos here, like these first ones, and where is it? This one's been getting a lot of good feedback. Scalping Gold 101. I've been getting a lot of good feedback from that video. Watch that video, actually. Literally watch that video after this to get some refinement. So you can be like a sponge. Absorb it real quick. Absorb the information. Because you'll see me talk about in that video the same concepts right now, right? When we're talking about the $5 levels with gold. Right? $5 levels. You might think the zeros, like the zeros are really, really good, the best, but you'll see a lot of reactions at the fives when you look at gold. But it won't just be one time of the day. You could see different reactions at different times of the day when price is there, right? And I'm going to teach you guys some neat things and some sick things to have access to in the inner circle. How do you know when price is at a level? How do you know when price is at one of these levels? How do you get alerted by it? Huh? Is there a way to get alerted by when price is at these levels? Like I said, I have some neat tricks and tips that I'm going to be teaching a lot this year in 2025, guys. This is one of them to start off. That's why I want to do this bonus session. How do we know when price is going to be at these levels? Because there's just, like I said, there's versatile with gold. Different times of the day, right? Right? So there's different things we can do as traders to alert ourselves, or different tools we can use to tell us, yo, price is here, maybe doing this. Remember, I've been trading for 10 years now. So my life for the past 10 years has just been these charts, to be honest with you guys. Like traveling a lot and teaching, over the last 10 years. It's been grateful. It was grateful for all the experiences I had and knowledge I learned, surroundings I had. A lot of that in trading. People ask me who my mentor is. Man, when I first started trading, I was like a full-on. I was kind of like an introvert when I started trading. I was a quiet guy. Didn't go out much, right? I was in sports for a long time and then stopped sports for a bit. You go to high school and you know what happens when you go to high school, right? But was like a quiet guy, kind of introvert, quiet, didn't like to talk to people, right? Didn't really like talking to people. So the charts intrigued me. I saw like a puzzle that I gotta solve. I saw it like a puzzle. I was like, this is gonna be a puzzle I gotta solve. So I just like watched hella YouTube videos. Like people ask me, like, I say it was YouTube University too. Like there's people who went to college, university to study for degrees and stuff. And then I went to YouTube University. So I was kind of like a sponge of gathering information, like just hella like 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, just watching YouTube videos. And there was this guy, like, what was his name? I think Anil. I think his name was Anil, like this 50-year-old guy, like from Dubai. We had like $3,000 at the time, and we took his mentorship. And that taught me a lot about, there was this guy I remember. I was like, I gotta take this guy's course, yo. Like along the way, there was I've spent money too. I've spent probably like 20 G's taking courses too in my years. Like I remember there was a guy, a nil guy, so I paid 3,000 USD to take his course, and I was broke. I was like, I need this information. I need to know what this guy knows. Like, and yeah, like things like that. Like I think there's been people like that and things along the way. Some I forget, but I remember that. There were these two guys I followed. I remember there was this one guy I followed, and he was trading with 2 standard lots, and I was mind blown. I couldn't believe this guy was trading with 2 standard lots. I was like, what the? This guy is like Ricky Bobby. Like, this is Ricky Bobby here. Like, because I was trading with, 001, maybe like a 0.1 at the most. And I saw this guy trading with 2 lots. And I'm like, yo, like, I got to get to that level, right? I got to keep practicing. Find a way around. I like to say you got to find a way around things. You got to find a way through things. You got to find a way above things. You got to find a way underneath something, right? There's like a puzzle to solve. So I saw a guy trading with 2 standard lots too, and I was like, holy smokes too. I remember that. And there was a guy too that's living in the same building as me. And 2, literally, that I saw started trading, and he made a bunch of money trading. And it's people like you might see someone that you have literally like there was a guy I had no contact with, never met, never took his course. I just saw him trading with 2 standard lots and was like, I gotta get like that guy. Right? Never took his course or anything, but I was like, I gotta get on that guy's level. Yeah, now like 2 lots. Like 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, half lot, half lot, half lot. Nope, trading gold. The keys. This is the key. I put the Discord link in the chat. I think I just got to pin it real quick. Boom. Is it there? Nope. There it is. Check it out. Join the Discord. DM me there today. When we wrap it up in like 15 minutes, I'm going to start answering some questions. Type some questions if you have in the chat. I'm going to look right now. Watch this video, guys, to continue this lesson and get more refinement on this. Trust me. Watch that video. I've gotten a lot of good feedback. I even see someone in the Discord posted the other day like, yo, this video is actually really good. That it's actually helped someone watch this video. Like not only someone, a few people, but there was one person who mentioned in Discord that they watched this video and it literally helped them find trades on gold this week. I don't know that there was a testimonial in the Discord. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, write them in the chat. George Soros, yeah, the guy who like made it like shorted the London. Yeah. Well, it depends on what you want to know about him. Like he pulled off one of the biggest trades in the world, but he's also interesting. Let's not get into conspiracies. We're on YouTube. Yeah, that guy pulled off one of the biggest trades, no? Yeah, but we on YouTube. We don't got to talk about that guy. Well, in terms of trading, that guy, yeah, he pulled out like one of the biggest trades ever, no? Like $1 billion day or something. I'd say 20 pips, 50 pips, scalping, 50 pips you can obviously maybe be expecting a bigger move maybe, right? How large are your zones? So they're pretty narrow at most. Like I'm used to drawing them kind of at this size, but they look about like $2, $3 range. It's good to draw them on a 5-minute. So, pro tip, if you draw the zones on a 4-hour, they're going to be much bigger when you go to a 5-minute. So it could be good to start out with your levels on a 4-hour, but it's good to draw your zones on a 5-minute, because if you draw them on a 4-hour, and then you go down to the 5 minute, they might look really huge on a 5 minute. So it's good to kind of just get them a narrow size to your eye that it's not too big on a 5 minute chart, right? What you can do is go to the coordinates, maximize the zones, right? Trust, guys, plug in with me. Since everybody's going to be teaching this stuff, just learn it for free on YouTube. You know, this is what everyone's going to be teaching these days in their companies. Plug in with me on YouTube. I'll teach you for free. No cap. No cap. So what you can do, the inner circles for those who want to level up, have more access and time to me, level up their trading, be way more access to me, my signals, my trades, my markups, pretty much what I'm doing in the Discord, and my secrets. 60 hours, remember 60 hours exclusive high quality content, videos every day uploaded. I'll teach you guys here. So what you do, you can maximize these. Make one good zone. Just make one good one on the 5 minute, guys. All right. Here's the keys. All right. Here is the keys. We're gonna go to 15. We're gonna go to the 5. We're gonna start at the very top. Bam. You make a nice narrow. Like you want it to be narrow on the 5 minute, right? Because then when you go back, it stays like the same. I've noticed when I draw them on the 4 hour, sometimes they look super huge on a 5 minute. So it's better to draw them on kind of a 5 minute to start, and then work your way down every $10 or even every $5. If you're doing every $5, you might want to make them a little bit, maybe a little bit less than that, but I think like that's a good size. I could even maybe go down a bit. But once you make one that's like a decent size to you, like I like to make them narrow, like something like this, like $2, $3, right? That's always been my rule of thumb for like 5 years. Make one. You just make one, stretch it out, clone it. Boom. Now you got the same size zone. You bring it to the next level. My eyes, I can literally just naturally know wherever you like. Boom. There's $5 or $10. Sorry. Oh, I'm doing $10 at the fives. Right there would be probably where another around there. Around there. 27.95. 27.85. There we go. Wrap it up. Create an area. Tap in. Tap in. That's what I was saying before the stream. Tap in. No, it's crazy. I started late because, bro, the couches literally came today. I was like, wow, it would come when I started the stream. In my Discord, I'll send free signals all 2025. I think I'm gonna do 4 hour signals. Stick to those. Those are always more accurate. So I'm just gonna stick to like the 4 hour signals, maybe one a day or one every other day. And my markups, like these are my 4 hour markups on gold. So I like to trade gold on the 4 hour as well. It's a really good time frame, and I teach. Today I was going over scalping 101, right? Like marking your levels, right? Some scalping 101 kind of intro, part 1 we could say here. This could be like a part 1 training type of thing. But like there's a section in my Discord that's called XAUFX. That's where I usually post my 4 hour markups, where I'm looking for like trades on the 4 hour. I say those average like three good ones a week, 2 to 3 good ones a week. So when we're looking at the 4 hour, depends on how our style or our plan of approach, because I could plan I'm just going to trade the 4 hour this month. That's it. Only this month. Just looking at the 4 hour, using the Fibonacci, using market structure, maybe some market timing as well, but just 4 hour. Maybe I'll find like 2 to 3 good setups a week just on the 4 hour style. I could teach that too, because that's another style I like. Like I'm kind of an all around trader. So if you go to XAUFX, Like soon, I want to send frequent scalping signals. I'm making a system that sends it for me based on how I trade. So I'm gonna eventually have like a gold bot, call it the ECABS bot, that's gonna send when there's like an alert us when there's a potential scalp. So I've been working on a system like that for like a while, and I already have one that's like it, an indicator. I have an indicator that's like it, but I'm working on the gold bot that's gonna be able to alert us when it comes to like a potential area. The gold bot. We're working on like a system like that that alerts us when there's a potential scalp. Those could be 2 to 3 a day when we get a potential scalp. Using kind of like some of the strategy I'm teaching and more. Another strategy that I implemented and use. So eventually I'm going to work on the gold bot. It might take time for the gold bot to make it good because I want to get it to where maybe like alerts us where there's 2, 3 potential things a day around these whole numbers, like like this. That's my plan where we're eventually, 2 to 3, maybe 2 signals a day, 2 to 3 signals a day, or maybe two signals in New York, 2 signals in London. That's my plan. But I'm building a good system for that to be accurate. Because with scalping, you might find, like you could look at, with scalping, it's like, okay, we're attacking New York. Let's see if we can find 2 entry, or maybe a scalp in New York. Okay, we're attacking late Tokyo, pre-London. Let's see if we can find an entry in London. That's kind of like the scalping routine. If you're going to scalp, you could plan, I'm going to go look for 2 entries. I'm going to look to see what I can find in London. Like, for instance, all London session. So I'll have indicators, but the gold bot will be a scalping kind of signal tool. Indicators that can help us put like glasses on for gold. So I'll picture like an indicator and a tool is like something that gives you glasses to help you see things that maybe you wouldn't have seen that are in front of you. Whereas my vision for the gold bot is like a signals tool that operates at times of the day for signals, maybe 2 signals in London, 2 signals in New York, where it's looking for scalping at these entries. Charles, I've been working on something this year, the last, I'd say, year and a half. Haven't told anyone but you guys now. So now you know. But man, that's my plan. Like, when it comes to scalping gold, there could be different entries in the day. Like, look at how price. This is London session. This is all London session here, and New York. So London session is 9 hours, right? So New York session's in there. If you mark every $5, right? There's literally, if you mark every $5, there's maybe 2 or 3 entries. One, maybe 4, and one would have lost. Actually, let's see, like there could have been maybe retest here, a sell here, buy here, sell here, sell here, buy here, sell here, maybe 1 or 2. But if you look at like the amount of reactions that happened in this amount of time, there's like 8 at the prices. There's like 8 different reactions in that 9 hours of London session, New York session, London session close. And that 9 hours, you could maybe get like 8 different reactions, but price may hold some of them more than others. Like you could see 2780 held fire, right? Like you could sit, like London session is 9 hours, right? New York session's inside of that with London overlap. If you go to your week, for instance, and you mark London to London finish, mark every $5, go look at how many reactions happen. You'll see more or less some days, right? That's a good idea. Close friends for the inner circle. Oh, wow, you just gave me an idea. Everyone's getting removed from my close friends now. Thanks. Oh, that's fire. Yeah, for sure. I'll do that. I'll remove everyone from close friends and just put inner circle on there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yo. Yeah, what's the point of having a bunch of random people? I'm like, well, yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. Hey, if you have any ideas for the inner circle, hit me up. Anything you guys want to see in the inner circle, hit me up. Tell me. You know, I'm a good guy. I don't. I can always. I can afford to give you guys best service. But good idea there. But yeah, we'll be on YouTube next week, Monday. Well, I put the schedule, but I'll probably stream Monday. I know that on the schedule there's nothing for Monday, but I'll probably stream Monday night. Maybe do a crypto market update. Because if you're able to lock in on London session, if you're able to lock in London on New York, like that's obviously 9 hours, and not all of you guys are at that level yet, or even that time zone maybe, and scheduling, jobs, responsibilities, right? But the market from London session to end of London session can have a trend, right? That's 9 hours of the day. London session takes up 40% almost of pretty much market volume, right? Because it's a 9 hour session. New York session has the overlap inside of it. So you got 9 hours of where price is maybe going to create a trend. New York can often retrace it. But we have different plays. So what I'm going to teach in the inner circle is the different plays of gold, the London trend, and some of the different plays like this, the London trend. But tune into the streams next week, guys. I put the schedule in the Discord. I'll probably be live Mondays. Like Mondays, nothing scheduled right now, but we got New York on Monday, nothing at night. I didn't realize I had New York in there, but for now, that's the YouTube schedule, guys, weekly. So we'll be back. This is just kind of a little bonus pop-up session. We'll be back next week on Monday morning before New York session begins to see how gold looks. Right now, gold is all-time highs. I would be surprised if it didn't start a retracement into next week because we're below 2,800. Crazy thing is I'm holding sells right now. If you saw in Discord, I'm still holding those positions. I'm up $1,800 right now. I hope the market opens in my favor. I don't like to use the word hope, but that's what I'm planning. I'd be kind of surprised if the week didn't start off bearish for gold. Maybe down to 27.75, 27.70. Like, if we don't get a retracement to start the week off, I'd be kind of surprised if gold didn't start the week off with a retracement, right? This looks like a pin bar forming on the daily here, all-time high. So I'd be kind of shocked if we didn't start some retracement off for the week on gold at this level. That's what I see right now, but we're going to wrap it up for the day, guys. Like I said, you'll hear back from me in 2-3 hours about the inner circle, guys. Message me on Discord, and I'll get back to you with details all about it. Or you can even hit me up on Instagram. How do you make your own indicators? You can use ChatGPT or even DeepSeek now. And you have to go into the trading panel, like the Pine editor here, the publisher. You can use ChatGPT. I've messed around with it. I've made a few this year. It took a while to be honest, but not gonna lie, I had some Indian guy help me. Oh, they're solid. Shout out to him. Like if you know coding, like if you know coding, like you know, you definitely have to watch some videos. Like I've watched hours of videos this year. So, you kind of have to know that. Like, I can't say I know coding, but I learned a lot about it this year. But ChatGPT helps a lot. If you know a coder, someone who's good at that type of stuff, because you have a Pine editor here where you can test a strategy. You can load your own strategy with the information to it. You can give you could give ChatGPT the information on your strategy. For instance, like I want I want the market to indicate me when this, and this happens, or if the market hits this whole number and closes with a 1 hour rejection candle at this whole number. I want to get indicated or alerted, or you can even, crazy enough, have the market do trades for you. That's a high level, right? Like, I think learn how to trade first. Like, you get to the point too where you want to learn how to trade before you try to like fucking have bots trade for you, right? Like, because once you're a solid trader, all those guys you might see on YouTube or Instagram that have their own strategy bots, they still been trading for like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, like a lot of them, where they have that time on the charts, right? Where they have experience as a trader, so they know, like. But yeah, like ChatGDP, you can literally make your own indicator with ChatGDP. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. DeepSeek might be taking over. No. The reason the market did all that panic is because like DeepSeek came out, so it was like a lot of tech stocks tanked, and it was like, oh, do we really need all this AI stuff we've been investing in? Now China comes out with this better version and free version that you don't have to pay for, open source ChatGDP. So it's like there's a competition. So that shows you AI is going to be the frontier of world global power dominance, maybe, if that's a term. AI, like China, US, the battle of AI, eh? Like, but yeah, guys. Awesome. Someone said, yo, that's funny. Plug in. We'll be back next week. Schedule's in here. Today or tomorrow, I'm also going to upload a bonus little training video for you guys. It'll be uploaded probably tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. I just got to get it ready. But yeah, I'll see everybody next stream. Peace out next week. Plug in next week. Share the streams. Let everybody know they're free to everyone in the world. We'll put some people on the trading game this year. Run it up. Wish you guys the best year. Wish you guys the best 2025. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see everybody next stream.